That's kind of great. Wait. Uh-oh. Is it the same shirt?
Winning! Hi everyone, my name is Kelsey.
And my name is Becky.
And we are the Sorry Girls.
And today we have a fun new thrift store challenge for you and for us.
We love a new thrift store challenge. The word thrift store, the word challenge. Put together, magic.
So this is something that I have been thinking about for a while that would be really fun to do, but I didn't know exactly how it would happen. And then I ended up seeing a video by Ashley, or Best Dressed, here on YouTube. And she and a friend went to the thrift store and found each other really ugly things. Ugly is like debatable, but you know, what we would all agree is like very thrift store. And they tried to make outfits out of it. So I thought we could take that to the next level. Go to the thrift store, pick out really awful things for each other, and then have to DIY them into something that actually works in an outfit.
So I'm gonna pick up 2 ugly pieces for Becky, and she's gonna pick up 2 for me, and then we're gonna have to DIY those items into a piece that could be incorporated into an outfit.
Cool, man. I'm nervy, but I'm actually excited because every time I go to the thrift store, I love filming the really awful things, and now I get to actually purchase them.
And sabotage each other.
Woohoo! All right, should we go?
Let's go.
Okay.
Low-key, there's like way too many good things here. Almost anything could work, but my plan is to get something that's like a top maybe, and then something that's a bottom. Like, she'll actually murder me if I get her this. Claire's just like my supervision, my teacher. Will she kill me or will she kill me? I mean, you're lots to work with.
Can I just get her really ugly home decor and she has to make it work in her house? Go for it.
Wait, this is kind of not cute. Definitely not Becky's style. I need to hide away from her though.
To be honest, anything patterned is not that cute. This, it's like every color plaid in the world. Okay, I recruited Claire to help me pick which one is truly the ugliest pattern of them all.
I mean, okay, that looks like my grade 8 prom dress on it. And some florals.
Oh,
it's really bringing it in.
Ooh.
This kind of gives me like Lizzie McGuire vibes. You know what I mean? Like the movie.
I found a game changer. It's like Dalmatian print. That could be fun to see what she does with that. Because a print could work, it could.
Velvet.
That's nice though.
Oh.
Oh, she will kill me if I get this. Kill me. Wow. I'm just looking for the ugly prints. I'm so sorry, Becky.
Pretty bad, pretty bad.
Jackpot.
The detail.
Becky,
Yeah.
can you make sure you get me a material that's easy to sew?
I'll do my best.
That's one request I have.
Sure.
Okay, bye.
Okay, here is what I got. I have a bunch. I don't know what I want to do yet. The dress itself is pretty awful, but the print is dope.
And there's a lot of fabric.
Like, I feel like you could have something cool out of it.
I like the print though.
But that's what I'm thinking. Like, I want to give her something to save it maybe, which if you look at just the print on its own, could be cool.
I honestly found so many good different things. Just like things where I'm like, what do you even? This one, my only fear is that this one would be really hard to sew, and I don't want to like sabotage her like that, you know?
Because of the material.
But this also gives her a lot to work with. I don't know. Oh, these pants.
Yes.
They look like curtains.
I love those.
That might be a good sabotage. And then I also have this jacket. It has lots of coloring in ability. I don't know. I think I'll choose from a couple of these final options.
Okay, I had some new thoughts. I think this one is just too big, so. And I found this, which is like a cheetah skirt. It's pretty awful.
Our counter number 5 for price check, thank you.
But cheetah print is really in, so there could be something you can make with this. And then this is like hilarious. You could take this off and do something with the pink. Stay tuned to see what I end up deciding on.
Okay, so how do you think you did?
Really well. I'm excited for you to see these pieces.
I had way too many options, and I want to make it challenging for you, but not impossible.
I found some great ones, but I had no idea what you would even do, so I thought if I couldn't think of something, like it'd be real hard.
Ugly, but achievable.
Okay, want to show me what you got?
Yep. First of all, I got you these pants. Okay. They are flare, got full-on bell bottoms.
Sweet.
And they're a beautiful print.
I like it. It's like a couch.
And they seem like they're gonna be really stretchy, so comfortable. So that's yours.
Like, okay, yeah, that's fine. I get it. It's fine. So, first thing I have for you is a cheetah print skirt. And I know cheetah is like kind of in, but I'm not sure about this cut at all.
Also this double slit.
It's for easy walking. Lots of mobility there. Wait, I almost thought they were like shorts for a hot sec.
Me too. Oh, maybe the slits are supposed to be on the side? Oh yeah, that makes way more sense.
Step one, figuring out how to wear the piece.
I'm gonna need like a full 10 minutes to brainstorm.
I know, I'm gonna need a thinking sesh.
Next up, this fabric is a little bit difficult to work with, but I think you can whip something out. It's it's like a big, ruffly dress.
I think this color is nice.
I know. I want to see this detailing in your final shot though.
No, that my first thought was that's gotta go.
There's some down here too.
Oh yay.
Lots to work with.
Okay, last thing I got for you. This dress.
Oh, it's like the phases of the moon.
I know, so I loved the print and I was like, the print is dope, but the dress, it has shoulder pads and like a Peter Pan collar.
I didn't see the front.
And like ruffles. It's got a lot going on.
Whoa.
I think you can tame it somehow.
Can't be tamed. Like, what are the rules? Just gotta turn this into something?
Yeah, and I think the rule is that it has to be like over 80% of your final piece. Like, I can't cut this color off and stick it on a t-shirt as a pocket and be like, I used it. Do you know what I mean? Like, this thing has to be the majority of your final piece somehow.
That's fair.
Any other rules you want to add in while we're here? Making up the rules as we go?
No.
All right, it's hard enough. We don't need any more restrictions
We don't need more
on
rules.
this.
All right, let's get to this.
Let's get.
So I'm going to start with my beautiful new cheetah print skirt. It is a little bit long and it is a little bit big on me. I was considering making this into like tube top or even a dress, like a really short dress, but I think I'm gonna go with keeping it simple and just turning this into a fitted mini skirt. I already have an outfit idea in mind, so I'm really excited to turn this into something that I would actually wear. So I already tried this piece on and I'm taking in the sides a bit and I'm also going to cut off the length pretty much where the slits start, so that's an easy way to figure that out. And then afterwards I might add a little bit of detail, but with a print this loud, I think it's best to just keep it simple. That's my plan. So once I sewed up each of the sides, I just cut off any excess fabric. And then I folded up the bottom of the skirt to basically where the slits started. And then I cut along this line, leaving a little bit of hem allowance. And I also left a little bit more on the back side because if I've learned anything about hemming things is that your butt takes up a little bit more room than your front does. So you might want to leave a little bit of extra fabric there. I cut that and then rolled to make a hem and then sewed this up. And this is what my final piece looks like. Inside out, it looks a little something like this. It's really simple. I know I didn't go too crazy on it. My other idea was to add like little front slits, like the teeniest little ones. But because it's such a loud print, I'm gonna let the skirt speak for itself in its simplicity. So let's see how I styled this. I paired my new mini skirt with some sheer tights, this thrifted coral sweater that is originally from Topshop, some black booties, and a mini black backpack. I finished everything off with a nice little top knot. I love how this turned out. I'm excited to wear this whole look again. But next up, I'm excited to see what Becky does with that dress that I got her.
So I was gifted this great dress by Kelsey. It's got a lot going on. It's got tiers, it's got embroidery, it's got layers, it's got sleeves, it's got ties. I think I want to simplify it a little bit. I think my ultimate dream for this, whether I could pull it off or not, is to turn it into some sort of simple slip dress or baby doll-esque dress, because I do like the tiers a lot. I think they're really cool. So I think if we could just lose the structuredness of the top and make it even more like free, I think that'd be really cool. So I think the first step is gonna be chopping off the top and seeing what I have to work with the bottom pieces. So I pretty much went for it and chopped the top off this dress because I didn't like the t-shirt effect of it, and now I essentially have a long skirt, which I'm gonna turn into a dress instead. So I'm pinning out a giant M shape across it, so it goes lower for the underarms, then back up and then down to create a V-neck effect. I'm doing the same shape on both the front and the back to make things simpler, so I just cut through all my layers to cut out this M shape. Next, you can separate your front and back by repinning it, and then I'm gonna use some more pins to hem up the whole thing. This is kind of a process since it is a multi-layer dress and very delicate fabric. Once I have my shape all hemmed up all the way around the top of the dress, I'm using a sewing machine to sew it all up. So this is how my hemmed new shape top of the dress turned out, and it's actually pretty cute. I was a little nervous because this fabric was so delicate as I was going. It's very fine, but you know what? It turned out okay. Pretty much my next and final step is to add some strappies on to work as a dress. So luckily, the back of the previous dress had some ties. So I'm gonna cut the ties free off the extra fabric and then use those to create two little ties up here so I can tie little bows to tie the dress on. So I cut my straps off the previous dress and then split them in half. Gave them all a nice little hem. And then very lastly, I tacked them on to the corners of the front and the back of the dress. And I did this with a hand stitch because I didn't want to mess it up with a sewing machine. And also I think like a rough little X shape just looks so cute and kind of matches the embroidery on the rest of the dress. So once that's completed, I have two little ties on each side. So when I put it on, I can actually do them up in like a cute little bow. And I think it's gonna be so cute. So I can't wait to show you guys how I styled this. I'm styling this dress with some round sunglasses, this super cute headscarf, and a gold choker necklace. For the shoes, I added these gorgeous pink velvet booties. I actually like this one. This was the one I was most nervous about, so I'm excited to get to the pants next. But before Kelsey and I move on to our last two looks, we need to go out and grab some stuff from various stores to complete that.
Okay, do you know what you need?
I do. You got your list?
Yes, let's go shopping. You find what you need yet?
Kind of, yeah. I found fabric. I'm debating if I want to do like one part of it. I feel like it might mess it up, or it could look awesome.
TBD?
TBD.
So I ended up picking up this elastic, which I'm going to need to upcycle my dress, upsew it. Ha. This dress is interesting. I really like the pattern. I don't think I'm gonna keep the collar and the cuffs, even though they're white, which makes me wanna keep them because I'm like, it's white from the thrift store. We need to keep it, it's gold. But no, I'm not gonna keep it. I think what I'm gonna do with this dress is actually turn it into like a two-piece little outfit. So it's gonna be a skirt with kind of like a crop toppy situation. So I'm gonna start with the skirt, and that's why I actually got the elastic, is that that's going to be my waistband. So I cut all the way along the dress, above the pockets, and coincidentally below the zipper. This worked out well for me. So as I had the bottom part of my dress, I measured out around my waist and figured out how much elastic I'm gonna use. I added just about 1 inch or so for overlap to sew up the elastic. So then I started pinning my skirt to the inside of my elastic. I started at the front, there's already kind of ruffles there, and then started working my way around. A good way to figure this out is you fold your elastic, and then wherever there's a 1/2 or 1/4, you can pin the 1/2 or 1/4 of your skirt fabric to the elastic so that you know where it should be lining up, and then you might have to gather a little bit in between. On the back, I ended up stretching the elastic and pinning because when I pull this on, I want the elastic to be able to stretch and not just be in its position, because once I sew it in, it's gonna be stuck. I sewed the ends of the elastic together, and now I'm just sewing up all the way around the top of my skirt. And my skirt is done. I like it, it's cute, it works, and I still have my pockets. My pockets still work, which is like fantastic. I can't believe this dress has pockets, goals. Okay, so my next step is to deal with the top part. This is what I have now. I don't like it. It's not gonna stay like this. My plan is to actually use some of this front material and create a tubey top kind of thing. But then I'm gonna use some more of my elastic and make these kind of like bell sleeves. So to make my tube top, I'm cutting out a rectangle out of the front piece of fabric as well as the back piece of fabric. What? Measuring. What is this? Whale coming out of the water. I'm actually going to be using the zipper that is in the dress already. I sewed up both of the sides so that my two rectangles were now one tube top, and then I went around and hemmed the entire top and the bottom. Next up, I took that black elastic, the same I used on the skirt, and then figured out how long I would want some straps to be on the shoulders. And then I attached those straps to my tube top, which is no longer tube top, it's a tank top, maybe. Spaghetti strap top? And next up, I'm going to be using the sleeves off of the top part of my dress, the little bit amount that is still left on this dress. And I'm cutting off the sleeves and cutting them open at the bottom so they kind of give this like flowy cape effect. And then I pinned one of the sleeves into place just to kind of get a gist of what it's gonna look like. And I decided that I wanted it to be a little bit shorter. So I decided to cut this like rounded shape. So in the end, it was almost like a giant circle, and it's going to make the perfect little cap sleeve. So I ended up unpinning that one sleeve and then putting it on top of my my other sleeve to use as a pattern, and I cut out that side as well. And then I pinned them both back into place on the straps and then sewed across the strap. So this is my final little top, and I love it so much. Like, forget thrift store, I would buy this anywhere. I think it's so cute and I love the pattern. I don't think that like this tan color is really my color, but I'm excited to rock this and put it together in an outfit. This finished set can be dressed up or down, and to dress it down, I added a jean jacket and some socks and platform Converse.
So last up, I have this pair of who knows what pattern print flare pants that I need to transform. My first thought was like, let's get rid of the flare and make them into some cool pattern leggings, but then I was like, no. I want to turn these full on like boho, Coachella, Western, flared out, Free People-esque pants. Like I just want to do it, go all out and see what happens. So when we were out on our journeys picking up supplies, I found this brown faux suede that I think was really gonna help me make the flare even more exaggerated. So I think my first step is cutting up the sides of these flares so I can open them, add a new panel in to make them even flarier. So let's start with that. So my first step was opening up the side of these pants so I can add in a bigger piece of fabric to make them even more flared. So I'm using a seam ripper and going up the outside part of the pants, and I kind of went up to a little bit before the knee area, and I did that on both sides, just on the outside seams of the pants. Now it's time to figure out what fabric we're gonna use and how much. I took that measurement of how tall my opening was and then measured that out on the faux suede, and then from that, I drew out a triangle. Once I had my triangle drawn out, I made sure to add an even bigger triangle around it, and this will be my seam allowance for when I go to sew it together, so I have some space to sew. After my first triangle was done, I was able to cut that out, lay it on my fabric, and then trace it so I had basically a perfect pattern. Once my two triangles are cut out, they look something like this. So the first step is gonna be to hem up that bottom part of the triangle so it doesn't fray. Once I had both triangles hemmed along the bottom, now it's time to put them in the pants and make this flare happen. So working from the inside of the pant leg, I pinned the good side of the suede facing down and then held up the edge of the seam that we ripped open and the edge of the triangle and pinned those together on both sides. Then I just used a sewing machine to sew up both sides of the triangles on both sides of the pants. Okay, guys, I'm honestly so impressed with how this worked. I want to just flare out every pair of pants that I own now that I know it's so easy. But I think I want to do one thing more. I am nervous that this looks so good and I'm going to mess it up in the next step, but I feel like this is a challenge. I want to go all out and make these even cooler. So my next thought is to add some lacing design. I know a lot of like Western boho-y inspired pants have some sort of like fake lacing going on here, like around the pockety area. So while I was out, I also picked up some little brass grommets used for like laces, shoelaces, and some cord. So I think I'm gonna try and use these grommets to make 6 little lace holes in the front of the pants that we can lace up and really add to this boho-y Western style. So I started by laying out my pants and kind of figuring out the spacing. I know I want to do 6 grommets in total, so I just used a little marker and marked out 3 spots on each side. Next, to use these grommets, you first have to start by making a hole. So I just used a pair of scissors to poke through my spot. Then your grommet looks like this. It comes in 2 parts, a bottom and a top. So just slide the bigger piece in through the hole, place the smaller piece on top, and then you'll need one of these funky grommet making tools where you place both halves on top of the grommet and hammer it together. I realized that I might have put my halves on the wrong way around, but I actually don't mind the way it turned out. It's totally fine. So I continued on with this process on the rest of my holes, and this is what it looks like. All the grommets are all covered up and it actually looks pretty professional. So to finish it off, I took some of my suede cord and laced it through the holes, kind of like a shoelace, and tied it up in a nice bow on the top. So this is how it turned out. I like it. It's a nice little added touch, and I think the brown of the cord really brings in the brown of the bottom of the pants super nicely. So I'm impressed. I think I took these pants from like slightly hippie boho to very hippie Western boho. Is that 3 genres in one, hippie Western boho? It is now. I love these so much. Let's see how I make these work with an outfit. So I'm completing this look with an off-the-shoulder mustard yellow top, which is from the thrift store. Some brown cowboy-inspired booties. I'm wearing a gold crescent moon necklace, and I topped it all off with a black wide brim hat. We did so good. I'm like impressed.
I know, I kept saying the whole time while we were doing this, we're doing a good job.
I was really nervous because as much as we do sewing on the channel, it's really fun. It's like not my strongest thing. But you know, we do more of these things and I just get better over time.
And I'm excited because now we have new clothes.
Plus, this was like a fun new challenge to add to our channel. So if you'd like to see us do this again, please let us know below. And if you'd like us to try and do it with somebody, like challenge somebody else to make something out of something ugly, tell us who you think we should do it with.
True that.
Also, if you guys happened to stumble upon this video because you love thrift store things, we have so many thrift store challenges and hauls and that kind of fun stuff on this channel. Make sure you subscribe so you don't miss it, because we're gonna do it more often.
We also have it on the vlog channel. We always go to the thrift store in our free time and make things over in DIY. So if you guys aren't already following the Sorry Girls, which by I mean the Sorry Life YouTube channel, which is our vlog channel, please do that. We'd love to see you there.
Yeah, it's linked at the end slate of this video. And I guess we'll see you guys next time.
Yes, if you like this video, make sure that you give it a like.
And if you love it, make sure you sub it.
And we'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye. There is something very special about a perfect color scheme, and this person nailed it. I love how this looks. It's not too kiddish, it's just perfect. I love it. That teal color, I need my life. Send in your Instagram recreations at #SorryGirlSquad.